And Mercury is opposing Jupiter, okay? And that's, Jupiter, a very expansive energy. And yet this energy, because they're opposing each other, is quite demanding. Okay, so we're encouraged to dream big, but we need to stay grounded. This is the time to, refine our communication with one another, refine our communication completely. A good example is I signed a contract for, I think it was 5 days and possibly an extra 2. So, okay. And then on the day 2, because I got the 2 extra days, I went home, said my goodbyes, and I thought, I want to go back and work. That production's going on for a while. And so I sat down and I wrote a fast email asking for, to be rehired as something else in the grand scheme of things. And just before I hit send, I thought, wait a minute, I've got to give them something there. I've got to put something into it. So I thought about, how I was going to revise it so that I would stand out from all the other people that got let go on that day that was also emailing them for more time. So I thought about it, and then I thought what I should say. And so I wrote that in, so very casually and whatnot. And then I hit send, and within 15 minutes, my phone rang. They didn't even just email me back. They phoned me and said, hey, let's talk. And I think I worked like an extra 5 weeks because of that. So, sometimes we don't realize that we let a limited belief to hold us back. And so a lot of people went home with the belief that their job was done. They had to go out in search of a new area of work, perhaps. Okay. It's definitely a time to embrace opportunities for growth. And whenever we experience an opposition of any kind in the sky, we need to find the middle ground. We need to find the sweet spot where our ideas, our words, our actions bring in a sense of balance and a successful approach to our goals, our desires. So we want to say yes to everything on an energy like today, and we will end up overpromising if we do that. We have the gift of gab today, so we may exaggerate, tell a few white lies, stretch the truth a little bit, misrepresent some facts. And, all those kinds of things on a day like today will only hurt your authenticity at a later date. So just don't do it, because you're going to get called out on it eventually, okay? And try to listen as much as you talk today, okay? 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them accordingly. We'll want to talk today, though, so that's going to be a struggle. We have to keep that kind of front of mind. We want to shoot for the stars. Yeah, we shoot for the moon. So it's vital. It's vital. We need some realistic expectations front of mind. And in saying that, embrace your curiosity. Dive into learning, expand your knowledge, explore new perspectives and conversations, connections. Okay, that could definitely open doors to new opportunities. Or realize a belief has held us back, like, the timing of the email, sending that email, or should I hesitate, or should I just send this, or should I read it once or twice and maybe revise it? Remember, Mercury is in retrograde, so we do want to read those things before we send. Read them several times. Have somebody else read it. And it's a wonderful time to share your knowledge. So write, teach. Pluto has just gone into Aquarius. So technology, get out there on social media, write us a blog, do a video blog, teach us what you know, share with us your talents, your abilities. We may have this urge to say something bold or take this big leap or commit to an idea that feels larger than life. And there's going to be that little voice inside saying, well, what am I overlooking? Oh my gosh, what am I overlooking? And it's an important question to listen to. Okay, this energy of expansion, of growth, pushing us to explore new horizons, but telling us too we need to pay attention to the finer details. Okay, it's a dance between optimism and practicality, and that's a hard one to bring into a sweet spot, but it is achievable. Okay, so optimism and practicality. The key is to embrace all sides of the energy, to trust in the big picture, but don't dismiss the small steps that can turn it into a reality. Okay, let's go to the cards, shall we? Okay, I'll shuffle that up a little bit. Oh, who fell out? A whole bunch, but the Empress was on top. I mean, this is beautiful energy for growth because nothing seems impossible to us. And then it does. But then, if you use this energy wisely, it just might not. Who was it? John Candy, who wrote himself a check for $1 million. And he says, I'm going to get that one day. And every day he'd look at that. He'd go in his wallet and look at it and talk about it and bring it out. And his first check to the major movie, for the first check he got was exactly $1 million. So, nothing's impossible. It's just, are you willing to take the risk on yourself?